So the big question everybody has is when they go on this journey is, does it make work better for us? What's your personal experience? Do you have a better company and a better job now?
Yeah, I think definitely. There's a way to meet colleagues that I would have never got to meet in person. It's a way that I'm going to get to interact and have the quick transfer of knowledge. Otherwise, an email could have been sitting in their inbox for weeks. I wouldn't know what they look like. I wouldn't know what they do if I didn't have their profile. So I think it's definitely raised engagement for myself and in my role.
So would you agree? Makes you a better company and more fun to work with?
Absolutely. I think it opens up, especially since many of our blogs are owned by leadership, I think it opens up their, almost in a sense, their personal lives to all of their colleagues. It helps them to have their own voice. And so it's great to learn at the learn about topics and the people who are talking about those topics at the same time.
So tell me a little bit, how much of the blogs are business related and how much of them are sharing personal stories?
Half of them do a fairly good job of sharing personal stories and using those stories to illustrate business-related topics or ideas or main points. The other half is maybe a little bit more straight in terms of being strictly about focusing on the announcement or the topic at hand.
So tell me, are the blogs moderated or is any comment going straight to the blog?
We do closely monitor the comments, mostly to see the kinds of things that are being talked about, but we've been very fortunate in having nothing negative to deal with so far.
But everybody is free to comment and the comment goes straight to the blog.
Yes.
And you do not hold them back in like a queue.
No, yeah, there's no approval, they just go straight to the blog.
That's great. 2 years ago, everybody was like concerned something bad could happen. And you're a good example, trusting your people, and the trust is rewarded. Everybody is chipping in.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, yeah.
You've been on this journey, and you won last year the prize to be in the top 10 of the social business leader. This is awesome. How did you experience the journey when you joined the company and turning it into something that's social?
I've been there in the beginning creating, what kind of roles do we want in our community? What's the governance policy? What are our trainings? So doing that without having any prior experience, it was tough, and we went to resources like the Community Roundtable and Engage to find out what other companies were doing. So that was a great template for us to continue our journey to where it is now.
So how did you experience the Sitrion Engage? There are tons of people out there that come from so many backgrounds.
It's a great experience. So anything from a technical product question, I would go on to ask there. I get very quick feedback from not only people who work at Sitrion, but colleagues from other companies. I also go on there for adoption and engagement tips, and then I also go to post my own. If I see that something worked really well, I'll want to share it with others.
So when you're looking at the success of those initiatives, and we created with you and others the adoption framework that resonates really well. Can you share a little bit how you're approaching the adoption topic?
Sure. So we recently created the adoption playbook across all of our products, and it gives our community managers and anyone that's owning a site with social features the ability to look through the playbook, see what would work for their site. So for an example, our number one adoption technique is to send out a welcome email at the launch of a site. And the welcome email would include how to follow the site, what kind of content is within the site, and how to be an active, engaged participant. So right off the bat, it gives them activities they can do within the site.
I need to give you a lot of credit. This is really super professional way how you're approaching this. This is cool to see.
Yeah, it's great. And we find that instead of community managers, launching a site and having no follow-up steps, this gives them kind of like a content schedule reminder to keep going to their site and performing an activity there.
How do you help each other to be successful?
Teamwork is a great, maybe the best kind of method to increase adoption. I think having the technology and processes in place, I think that's a great foundation, and then teamwork after that is the cherry on top.
You're touching on a very important topic. At the end, it is all human behavior. It's just digitized now. So I think this is a very good summary. Excellent. Well, thanks for having me here.
Thanks
Thank
for
you very
being a great
much.
vendor.
Thank you.